quarter for every time I said that in this video, I'd be making more money than I make on YouTube right now. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified when I post new videos. So today we are going to discuss the top 5 free agents that the Rockets need to target this offseason. We know the Rockets organization is not afraid to make big moves. I mean, Chris Paul got moved for Russell Westbrook. So don't be surprised if the Rockets make some kind of moves because they always do. However, sometimes those big moves aren't just trades. They don't always have to be the biggest name out there. Sometimes it could be a free agent that makes the biggest impact. So free agent number 1 that I really think they should target is DeMarcus Cousins. Poor DeMarcus Cousins is getting such a bad rep now just because he's had so many injuries. I mean, it's so sad. Now he can't stay healthy. People forget that before his injuries, he was one of the best, if not the best center in the league. He was putting up monster numbers and rightfully so deserved to be considered one of the best big men in the league. But then the injuries happened. An Achilles tear, then a quad tear, now an ACL tear, and those are some of the 2 hardest, the Achilles and the ACL, to come back from. And the fact that it's happening one after another is going to make it hard for teams to be like, well, can we offer him a deal? Is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. For the Rockets, this is a high-risk, high-reward situation. Cousins is only going to get about vet minimum, unfortunately, because of all the injuries. So the question is his durability. Therefore, like I said, they'll get him on a cheap contract, and it'll be high-risk, high-reward, because if he doesn't stay healthy, well then, that's obviously the low reward. But if he does stay healthy, we know what he can be. Now, if he stays healthy, is he going to be the best center in the league again? Maybe not, unfortunately, because of the injuries, but he can offer a lot of talent. Don't sleep on him. And why is he such a good fit on the Rockets? Well, besides the fact that he has so much talent, as we know, he can shoot threes. He fits the Rockets system better than Capella, because Capella was more of a traditional center, and Cousins can stretch the floor for them. This would be a perfect situation because then they could have Cousins stand on the wing and shoot some threes and not clog the paint, which will allow Russ to go in there. But at the same time, if they need some presence, some size in the paint, they could also have that as well. And it doesn't even have to be for 30 minutes a game. They could just have him for 10, 15 minutes, be the presence inside the paint, just to stand their ground. Because personally, although I don't think you need an actual center for 40 minutes a game, we've seen the Warriors do it, I do think you need some sort of center. And I don't think PJ Tucker can play 40 minutes a game at center. And their only other option is Tyson Chandler, who doesn't even see the floor. Therefore, they could have Cousins stand in the paint at times, or be outside and shoot some threes. And like I said, we all know the Rockets love shooting threes, so imagine adding him to their roster. Actually, now that I think about it, they're only paying him a vet minimum in this case, so maybe it's not even a high risk. It's probably like a medium risk, high reward. Free agent target number 2, Serge Ibaka. Now this one's a bit more of a stretch because although Serge Ibaka probably won't get max money, he's definitely going to warrant more money than DeMarcus Cousins, so it'll be kind of hard because the Rockets are cash strapped. Especially if the cap goes down, that'll make their financial situation even tougher to offer free agents money. Plus, Serge Ibaka did say he wants to stay with the Raptors, so that's another factor going against them. But this is a fantasy world here. Serge Ibaka is very familiar with Russ and Harden because they all played together on OKC. So they know each other pretty well, although obviously times have changed and they've changed as players, but they know each other pretty well and they know each other's personalities and games. Now here's why Serge Ibaka is a great fit for the Rockets. I mean, he didn't get the nickname Serge Ibaka for no reason. Although he hasn't been as dominant on the defensive end this past season, we still see his talent on the defensive end and we know what a great defender he is in general. He could add some nice toughness and defense to the Rockets. He also, like DeMarcus Cousins, can shoot threes. Yay! Like we said, what do the Rockets love? Shooting threes. And although he did have an injury this year, he is more durable in this case than Cousins. Unfortunately for Cousins, I'm sorry again, Cousins. I really want to see you healthy, but he is more durable, so it is a less risky situation. So then they have another stretch 5, exactly what they want. Serge Ibaka can shoot the 3 and he can post up if they need him to. And like I said, I do think they need a presence in the paint at some point. PJ Tucker cannot play 45 minutes a game, 48 minutes a game, whatever it is, and just play center. He will get tired out. So, Serge Ibaka could stand his ground in the paint for 10-15 minutes, stand on the wing, do what he has to do. And Serge Ibaka can play 30 minutes a game. He's still at that point in his career. He can contribute a lot of value. So if the Rockets can convince him to take a lot less money, then that would be a great fit. The problem is they also can't use the leverage of being like, well, you can win a ring because he just won one with the Raptors this past year. But like I said, if he goes there, that's a great fit for them and a great signing. Free agent number 3, Joe Harris. Joe Harris has gotten the nickname for being one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And as we said a million times already in this video, what do the Rockets love to do? Shoot threes. Since he's one of the best three-point shooters in the whole league, he has to be on Houston's radar. especially since the hype around him has died down a little bit this past year with, signing KD and Kyrie, and he's been a little bit more inconsistent this year. So right now is the perfect time to snag him. I just have this feeling that he's not going to re-sign with Brooklyn. I don't know if it'll be because of his own reason or because Brooklyn doesn't want to re-sign him. Whatever it is, I just have this gut feeling that he's not staying. And therefore, like I said, this is the time, Houston. He'd be a perfect fit to add to their roster because that would add more depth and another three-point shooter. We all know Eric Gordon's injury history. Although he's been much more healthy since being with the Rockets, he still has had his injuries, especially this year. So if Eric Gordon does go down for some reason, they'll have a nice backup in Joe Harris. Or if Eric Gordon doesn't even go down, he doesn't have to be, he could stay healthy, and they'll just have another player in Joe Harris who could shoot threes and help them out even more. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. He can come off screens and catch and shoot, which is exactly how the Rockets play. Russ and Harden have the ball in their hands most of the time, so they need someone who can just come off screens and catch and shoot. That's the case, Joe Harris is their guy. Free agent target number 4. Marco Belinelli. Marco Belinelli is a sharpshooter. We all know he is known for his three-point shooting. What's the theme of this video, people? The Rockets love threes. If I had a quarter for every time I said that in this video, I'd be making more money than I make on YouTube right now. Matter of fact, if I got 1 quarter from saying that, I would be making more money than I make on YouTube right now. Similar to Joe Harris, he does not need the ball in his hands and he can catch and shoot and come off screens. He's had some clutch shots and he was in the Spurs system before, and he's still with the Spurs right now actually, although he was moved around in between him being with the Spurs and then went to some other teams, and now he's back with the Spurs. But he's been in the Spurs system, so he knows how to be clutch. Why does this one piece of hair keep coming in front? I didn't invite you. He'd be a great locker room presence, especially being a veteran and being on a championship team. Which leads me to my next point. He also won a championship with the Spurs in 2014. And what's the one thing that people knock Russ and Harden for is that they don't have a ring. Championship pedigree and playoff experience do matter when it comes to the playoffs. It may not be everything, but it is something. And when it's in a tight situation, those people who have championship pedigree and experience tend to take the edge. Not always, but they usually do. Therefore, if it's in a crunch time situation, maybe they could pass the ball to Belinelli, he'll make a big clutch shot, or he could just help calm them down and help them get over the hump finally. And lastly, Alec Burks. If you watch King of the Fourth Quarter's channel, then you know how valuable Alec Burks is. Alec Burks is a great scorer, and I feel like he's a little bit undervalued. He can get his own shot, shoot the three, people. That's what you need to be on this team. Alec Burks can shoot the three, drive to the paint, mid-range, and he can create his own shots. This would be great because if Harden and Russ are both on the bench, and Eric Gordon's also on the bench, which I don't really think they would have all 3 of them on the bench, but let's just say they do, then it would be great because I forgot my train of thought. If Harden and Russ and Eric Gordon are all on the bench at the same time, then you have Alec Burks who can still create his own shot, which will be great because they can keep the offense going. He's also young and athletic. Maybe he can even be part of their small ball 5 lineup. You never know. Plus, they could probably get him on a vet minimum, which would be great for their salary cap because they are running low on money. He would just be an overall nice piece to add to the team and give them some bench depth. And there you have it. Those are my opinions on the Rockets' top 5 free agent targets. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time. Bye.